Welcome back to the channel and to part 2 of this break par attempt at Headingley Golf Club, which incidentally is probably the hardest course I've ever played according to slope rating. But we scrambled to -1 on the front 9 and we're on to the 10th here, par 3, slightly downhill, about 160 yards, so it's just an easy A-time with the wind off the right and helping. That's not a good start though. I've pulled it left, trying to hold it against the wind, and it's gone miles long. We're already in danger of making a bogums here. Let me know in the comments, what's the hardest course you've ever played? And tell me why. I'm really interested to know what makes a course so difficult, in all honesty. That is a lovely shot. Fortunately, it's very soft because of the weather. As you can tell, it is grim in places. Shorts, no. Short putt, yes. Par save, excellent news. Now then, after that not so solid par, shaky almost, you can see I'm aiming this way left. Didn't really want to mess with the out of bounds right or ditch on the left of the actual fairway, so I've instead decided to smash one over the trees onto the wrong fairway, and I've achieved that in a sumptuous fashion actually. Just about got it far enough to avoid these trees, but I have to hit a little cut round this tall one. Not really an issue. I've got 140 yards, hitting a wedge because I'm expecting a small flyer, can't see a thing. However, it is absolutely sensational from there, and we literally have a tap in for birdie. So somehow we've made our way to -2. Ridiculous scenes, but no let up here because this is an extremely long, albeit downhill par 4, and I'm aiming at the tree line left, trying to avoid 2 cavernous bunkers on the right. And as I was doing on the front 9, I've managed to do the same thing there and a toey slap, but managed to avoid the bunkers and actually couldn't have placed it any better. This is, however, a 7-iron downhill from 180, just looking to hit the green really. Although that suggests I'm not very happy, and although it's missed the green, can't really complain too much, I'm just off. So a little chip and a putt and a par save, and we will be well happy with that on this hole. Here we go then, hit it a bit too hard, and this looks like it's going to be a test. Whoops. What can we do here then? 4 feet. We can push it and miss and make our first bogey of the back 9. Annoying, but not overly surprising. If you're enjoying the video so far, which I really hope you are, please consider leaving a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the excellent content. Here we go, gap wedge from 128, downwind but slightly uphill to a very scary looking green, don't want to miss it. Fortunately I haven't, but I have come up short, no surprises there with that club selection. Puts on a good line though. Oh my goodness. The shadow that is me all blacked out. You could see by my reaction I thought that was in. It wasn't, but a no stress par, and was still looking on course to beat level. Par 5 then, another opportunity. It's only short at 475. Done that finish a few times and I can't explain it to you, but I'll take it because it's straight down the middle. It was like a pull cut somehow. Oh well. And we won our 4-ball match apparently. Coolio. Not thinking about that now though. Here we go. 200 yards up the hill. Quite substantially. So I'm hitting a hybrid which normally goes 220. Don't want to miss left with the camber of this hole. So I've started it out right. It just hasn't quite come back as I'd like. But I think it's okay. Although now I've found that that hybrid went 180 yards. Never mind though. Chip and a putt do nicely. However, not if you do that. That was fairly appalling, never hit that hard enough. So, after that fairly abysmal putt, chip rather, we have a 15-footer for birdie, which I've got nowhere near holing unfortunately, but again, tap in par and we'll stay on course, just have to par in from here. But here we go again, another brutal par 4, and this does not suit the eye. Being a pretty much 100% fade with the ball with the driver, don't like these tee shots where it's sloping left to right, and you can see why. That's absolutely clattered into the trees and will need a chainsaw. Actually got away with this massively, must have hit one of the trees and bounced out, but we still have 195 yards here. And I'm trying to cut a 5-iron because I'm scared of that front right bunker. But all I've managed to succeed in doing is hitting it straight left and missing the green. Not too difficult, just have to chip this on with a little bit of height. That was a 50-60 green. Although it's just dribbling on a bit further than I'd thought, and I'm going to blame my brother after I talked him through the shot. And now I've somehow completely disappeared. But having said that, I've still held the par putt, and I'm very happy with that. 3 holes to go then, and the dream is alive. I've hit 3 wood on this hole because it's possibly drivable. However, I've no idea, I've never played the course before, and I've pulled it left. Let's just hope it's alright. And it sort of is. I have a kind of swing, but it's not ideal. I've only got 90 yards to the hole to what looks like the most insane green I've ever seen in my entire life. And I've got a bit unlucky with that. Almost played an unbelievable shot, but it kind of stopped at the front of the green. And now we're going down this slope here, onto the slope, up the slope, down the slope, around the slope. And I've whacked it 7 feet by, but all the things being said, that's not too bad. And I've managed to clean it up for par. Nerves jangling. And on to the 17th, which is a rather gorgeous hole, even in this weather. It's only 157 yards from this tee, but you don't want to miss right. And surprise, surprise, I've missed it left, but there is a huge bank there. Although somehow I've managed to miss that and stay literally an inch from rolling down and probably onto the green. Never mind though. Back myself to get this up and down. Although that's fringe boosted. Could have done without that, and that's rolled a good 10 feet by, and now we have another knee knocker to save par, and it really has to go in. No, belted it through any break there was, and now we have to make a birdie up the last, which is a bit annoying, but very doable. Pretty amazing view, but it's only a 326 yard hole, so with a decent one I could get somewhere close. But don't be ridiculous, Johnny. Haven't hit a pretty well decent tee shot for quite some time, and I've got my head in my hands, or I'm smashing my driver, I don't really know. This is where we've ended up. Hat's come clean off somehow, don't know where that's gone. This is a gap wedge from 120 just to keep it in that gap in the trees, but I pulled it, which usually means it's long, and I probably hit the window of the clubhouse. I don't think I did, fortunately, but we basically have to hold this. It's on a good line though. Please go in. Oh no, I've left it short. However, that should be a fairly routine par, and I'm not upset with level par on this difficult course. Loved it, will be back definitely in the better weather. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye!